Hey guys, and welcome to Farm Simulator 2017 on Oakfield Farm. So, a little bit of the portion of today's, or the beginning of the video, is going to be something a bit different. And it was actually thanks to a conversation we were having last night in TeamSpeak. Simulate brought up the roller, and fixing some stuff in a field for whatever project he's working on. Well, that got me thinking, I can use a roller to fix up what happened with good old creator tools, when I was using the ability to seed fields, and it really messed up field 9. So we're going to head down to the store, and we're going to lease the roller and grab that. Now, to make it, I think it's missing it, yeah, there it is. To make it not so boring for you guys, we are literally just going to teleport down there, and then we'll drive back. We'll actually take the shortcut up, go a different way up. I don't really go too often, so we'll hit F11 and hope and pray we're in the right vicinity. Yes, we are. How about that? So hook up to the roller, the good old T7. So I was watching Simulate's video today, him unpacking the goodies bag, and in that goodies bag, he was showing off a sort of, oh, you son of a, wow, really? He was showing off the modding booklet, and in that modding booklet, and he kind of did a little skit on it, was what looked to be an old Fendt, say 800 or 900, one of the old shapes that CMT do, which I thought, oh, you're just going to be a pain in my ass. Which I thought is interesting, as of obviously he did. Now, they could be just using it as an example as a mod that's in the community, but that's you dirty, dirty thing. It's kind of interesting because does that mean we may be getting an older Fendt? So that is interesting, and I've heard some other stuff come out of FarmCon, which I'm not going to say because I don't think it is public, but I will say I got a hunch we may be seeing some older machinery in the game. Default. You may be saying, well, we've got a couple of older machineries. Yeah. I'm thinking we may be seeing more older machinery, which is fantastic. And the community as a whole, no matter what you are, who you are, most people like older machinery in general, to be quite honest. Yeah, we love modern stuff, but a lot of people appreciate the old equipment. Especially sort of what you grew up seeing on a farm and all of that good stuff. And I would love to see companies embrace that, because that's their heritage. Now I'm kind of hoping, we've got John Deere on board, and we all know John Deere is probably most true to say to most companies, to be quite honest. They're very proud of their heritage. So I'm hoping we'll see some old John Deere stuff. I'm hoping we'll see a lot of the older manufacturers' equipment. Stuff that you still see on the used market, to be quite honest. Not just their latest and greatest shiny new equipment that, in the great scheme of things, yeah, okay, everyone wants to use, but people really want to use what they see around them 9 times out of 10. So, yeah. It's kind of like that in American Truck Sim, Euro Truck Sim. What do we want to use? Yeah, we've got all the new flashy stuff, but at times you just want to kick it back with a classic. And that's where it's at, I think. So I'm hoping we'll see a few more classics. From what I've heard, jeez, I need to sort out the dead zone on this controller. The trailer, the animated trailer, the keychain, was actually a John Deere. I think it was a 5-something series, an older one. As a model that I honestly don't recall ever seeing looking like that, because the bars in the front grille looked, that's what threw me off. So I don't know, apparently it's either modelled after a John Deere, or it is a model John Deere on the key chain there. And that would say, and a lot of people had that right at the beginning, John Deere key. That was a John Deere key, so interesting. Very interesting. It was fun to see the community just dive right into that, and honestly, in a million years I was never expecting John Deere to be in the game. I really wasn't. Okay. Wait, wrong button. Oh, son of a gun. I meant to hit the indicator. Never mind. I'm going to try and use the indicators a lot more. And from what Sim has been saying, even he is shocked at the graphical difference in the game compared to 17. From just the little tech demo they saw, if you like. Okay, so we're about to get ready and use this thing. Now, the biggest one for me with this roller that I want to fix is that abomination right there. As I said, that was due to the creator tools, and just the creator tools, when you see it and stuff, runs off of field definitions, and the field definition is outside of the field boundary basically on this map. Well, this field. So go along and return that to what it once was. Now, granted, I completely forgot about the roller, and I could totally do that. Sort of keep it, and then go, oh look, this field's been planted. Wabamo. And we've got stuff where it should be. Still got may test out in the future, but yeah, I'm not too worried. So jump out of this, open that up. Come on, open that up. And then we will get these spots along here. Now, honestly, I'm not 100%. If I dump the roller down in the middle of the field, do I now need to create the field again, or will it actually work? So, what I was trialing last night is just basically going along and doing that, because I don't want it to the point of it messing up the actual field there, because I was going into the field and doing it, and it was basically putting down the texture for what would be underneath the road. So we could actually probably get away with just rolling along this side there. You can see where the foliage layer is. It goofed up hard. I really did on that one. Well, I should give it a go. If the margins are a bit bigger here, they're a bit bigger. This is definitely a weird roller, magic roller. And it's basically made just for fixing your messes, your mistakes, I guess, when you're buying, well, ploughing fields, should I say, not buying fields. Yeah, we need to go a bit more. There we go. Yeah, that should do. Alrighty, so we're in the field already. I will shut this gate up and take back our lease. So, it's a bit different there with the roller. You don't get it. You don't see it used too much. So we shall return the roller. There's really no sense in buying it for how little we'll ever use it. And we'll head back down to the farm. So it seems like a lot of people enjoyed Ski Region on Sunday, which I'm glad to see. I'll see how the second episode of that does. I'll get that recorded this week. It's a game that may be interesting for you guys, because you're watching me learn it as well and understand it, because I really don't. Yeah, I've had it for years. Absolutely years I've had that game. I've never played it, really. To be quite honest, I have never really played it. Do the cows need straw or anything like that? Actually, I need to switch this on too. And cows. Yeah, the cows are good. Animals are good. Alrighty, we'll bump this back then. Throw it back to the shed. So as I was saying about Sim's video, there on him unbagging, I guess, the freebies he got from Farmcom there. I was watching his breakdown video, or his debrief, I think he called it. I believe Virtual Farmer did basically the same sort of video too. I highly recommend. I didn't watch Virtuals, I'll be honest. I've only watched Sims, so I can only speak from that. highly, highly recommend watching it, because I learned a lot from that. Bear in mind, we got most of the information from both Virtual and Sim in TeamSpeak. He was talking, obviously, more in depth and was running off of notes that he had from the event to make that video, so I actually learned a hell of a lot more from that than I did just from what he was saying in TeamSpeak alone. So definitely recommend giving it a watch, to be honest, if you can spare the time to do so. And I'll say this, and I know I won't do it because I'll forget if I remember. Link will be in the description for his video, but if I haven't, go to my channel and you'll see him on the right hand side amongst other YouTubers to go check out. I'll throw this down here and get that going in the field. Need to empty the truck as well. Look, there's a barbed wire fence. Really? There we go. Jump over the barbed wire fence. Last time I did that, I slightly cut myself and got a nice rip in my jeans. That's what happens when you're a kid and you go in places where there's barbed wire fences and you shouldn't be going in the first place. Okay, what is this? This is oats. Can we bale oats? Why, yes, we can. Alrighty then. Do we even have a course for this? Maybe go into stuff. Why are you using cosplay again? All you do is use cosplays because I want to do other stuff as well. No idea. I don't tend to set up courses, or save the courses for Combine because they're just so simple to do. 34, that one. Stop and do 3. We'll just back up so it's not putting a massive pile on us. There we go. 3 and generate. Pull forward a hair. And we can just go drive course. Bon voyage. Right, jump into the truck and get that emptied so we can get that into the field. This truck is really awesome for the grain. I quite like it a lot. It'd be nice if it was right-hand drive, but hey, beggars can't be choosers at the end of the day. He imported it from Germany. There we go. That's the one downside, I guess, with a lot of the farm sim stuff. This is all left-hand drive for the... which feels weird on the UK maps, but I guess you get used to it after a while. You really do. I'm not sure how much crop we've got here. We've got... honestly, I think we've got quite a bit of crop in storage down here. So we probably need to bring the truck back, or the transport truck back down here at one point and empty this silo. Sort of keep inventory. And something else Sim was saying that was interesting is maps are going to be split up into zones you buy them now instead of individual fields, which I found very interesting. And some of the stuff he was saying, honestly, the way it's going to work, and I'm not going to promise anything, but if it works well, especially in a multiplayer aspect, you may see me do multiplayer again in FS19. Honestly, the reason that I don't do multiplayer now, and I don't enjoy it, is one, I don't play the game too much on purpose to get bored, so I get bored of it. I could open a server. I actually have a farm sim server right now. If you guys wanted, I could open one up, but I'm not promising I'll be on there a lot. And I'm most certainly not promising the fact that there's going to be people on there, because in my experience, all the servers that I've had open in the past, nobody goes on there if I'm not on there, which sucks. And at the end of the day, people won't go on there if there's nobody on there, and that's what I end up decaying into. So there's a part of me that's tempted just to utilise Notrado's server that they have so graciously sponsored to the channel. So a shout out to Notrado for sponsoring the channel again. They have been a good sponsor to me, that's for sure, and I believe they are quite good partners with Giants, it seems now, which is awesome to see. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see it, and I may talk about it during the live stream. But another reason why I don't like the multiplayer side of things in the game is admin. to be quite honest, it's an absolute shambles. People will troll and cause a ruckus, and that in turn shuts down the service. It's a shame. It's one thing I hope Giants really fix, and I think it's an issue Daggerwind's had as well in the past, that the admin tools for Farming Simulator are an absolute joke. They really are. There's no two ways about it, and I hope the fact they've been thrown into the community now, they kind of see that the tools were a joke. Okay, so what shall we go do now? Let's go check out the animals to make sure they're clean and whatnot. Well, these anyway, as we're here. Yeah, they're good to go. And that's being ploughed. Well, one thing we can jump into is LT7 here. And wrong buttons. Go over here and see if we need to plough field 9. We do not need to plough field 9. Wonderful. So in that case, we'll hook up to possibly just straight up seeder and seed that field quick. Oh, we don't have a small seeder, do we? This thing is not going to be good. I don't think we've got a small seeder. Crap. We may have to use the 1050 or the 85. Yeah, we'll use that. And there's no way this thing would be able to do it. It's a wee bit too small of a tractor for that. Ah, that sucks. I was hoping to use that. Maybe if we, actually, you know what? Let's use the class. I'm finding myself not using that damn thing much, probably because it's not in the main shed here. We really need to go around and organise this shed too. So we use the Zerion. Parked in here. Now, when Sim stood next to this thing, and the tyre was taller than him, that hit me. Because obviously, some of you may or may not know, me and Sim have met up in person before. So I know how tall Sim is. And that was just a sheer scale to me. I've never seen a Zerion, probably honestly never will, to be quite honest. The thing's an absolute animal. The thing is huge. Absolutely a monster. Alright. It's in traffic. I know what traffic that'll be. That'll be the truck. Yep. How full is it anyway? Harvested. Oh yeah, that's full. Hot diggity dog. Go empty this here. Then we'll move on back onto what we were doing. Speed, speed, speed. Drop down a mile an hour. Bump it back up. I could actually lock onto the speed. Think of it, but using the drive control. I wonder if we're going to have a form of drive control in the game. I doubt it because of the consoles. And from what I understand, and I double check with a few people, the Seasons, although it's not in the base game for FS19, it did find the last key binding. So evidently it's going to probably be one of the Seasons menus to open that up on console, instead of going for a whacked out way of doing it. So that alone kind of points to the fact of there will be no GPS, there will be no sort of form of course play, unless you basically have to open up the main menu and do it that way, which straight up seems whacked out. So really, I think you see a lot of people saying, oh, we need season, or we need GPS, you need this on consoles and stuff like that. I think a lot of people forget. You look down at your games controller, how many key bindings do you think you can do? Especially if they've only just found the last key binding available. It's kind of crazy to think that, when you think of it. That's, again, what limits FarmSim and the capabilities of all these cool mods that the PC can have. Just look at a keyboard compared to an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller. And you say, I've seen people say, oh, you can get the add-on to add a keyboard to the console. Well, they probably wouldn't do that. I say probably because you never know what Giants end up doing, but they probably wouldn't do that because then you have to have another part of the console to be able to use or play the game to its fullest potential. And I don't think Giants in a million years would do that personally. Seems, to be quite frank, a bit of a dick move to do if they were going to do that. So, need to fill up the seed. Use some of our hard-earned money. This is almost done. This is taking us a while to do this field, actually. I'm not going to lie. I've not been spending a whole lot of time on Oakfield. Spending more time on Lone Oak for the time being. I've been really enjoying Lone Oak, but just taking a step back from Oakfield for a bit. That's done. Now onto the fertilizer. 3.5 grand to fill the seed. Not too shabby. Wait, rear wheel steering as well. Well, 4-wheel steer, I guess, in this case. Great for the yard, but when you forget about it, it really messed stuff up. And to fill this, which we'll stay with it because it won't take that long. Tractor being so big and heavy probably won't need a front weight or anything like that. I believe Smithy or Smitty or however you pronounce his name is working on another version of this, I think. Not 100%. This is the one off of the Giants mod hub. I was using the one that was converted, probably without permission to be quite honest, up on Mod Hoster. Very good version, admittedly. Downside, I was just wondering optimization. Obviously, when you've got the modder himself that's done it and got it up on the mod hub, it's probably pretty good. Let's miss some mirrors. Got the maximum amount of mirrors on too. Interesting. Well, this is just bare bones. It doesn't have IC, it doesn't have anything, but it works well. One day we may see Class come into the game default, but from what I understand, Class will not be in there by any shape or form on their release, at least. So who knows, later down the line for DLC. Ah, ploughing. I may actually have to run the plough quick down here quick to address that lot, which will be RT7. Jump into this, get that stopped. How long have we been going anyway? About 22 minutes, not too bad. Actually, you know what? Let's break out the old girl. It's been a while. Now, do I have a front weight for this thing? Probably not. Mad XGS has publicly said that he is going to be taking a break from modding and stuff like that for a little while until 19 has been released. How many minutes? Oh well. Right. Figuring something out. And once 19 is out, then he's going to be working on V2 of the T-Dub. Or getting the V2 ready to rock and roll. Got so many damn plows. It's ridiculous. More than I need. So first of all, the John Deere one here, great machine, one that I will probably would love to have a crack at converting. Absolutely loves to walk its way forward. I have no idea why. Obviously something to do with the way it's parked. It just, every time you load into the map, it seems like it walks off a bit further, and eventually it could go across the map after multiple loading in, loading out. Great thing, but it does that. We've got the Amazon plough there, and we've got the Classics plough here. So we use the 4-furrow, probably a bit more suited. Definitely love the T-Dubs. It's still my favourite mod to come out for 17 as far as vehicles go. I just don't believe it's going to get beaten. I really don't. Can't wait to see what is capable of an FS19 with the amount of detail from what Sim was saying you can put into vehicles now. It's going to be something else, let me tell you. And it sounds amazing too. No doubt about it. Okay, so where is the stretch? What I'm hoping it does is it just basically automatically plows under without having to switch on the crate field. That'll be a bit of a bummer if that's the case. Doesn't appear to be. Son of a gun. So we're gonna have to blip on Crater Field. Ah, that sucks. That does suck. Okay, so. Oh, well, hopefully I'm not going to be using GPS then. Because I just goofed up that. Because GPS will not work now. Because I hit a 5. Yay! Okay, what are we looking for? We are looking for allow crate field. Why? I hate that command so much. So what I'll basically try and do is plow under where it's got the stony look to it. Which is about there, switch that off, and we are good to go. That's all I wanted to do. I'll throw this over here. For that dark cloud, that would look good for a photo, actually. Could even be the thumbnail right there, although we didn't use that much. What I'll just do is, because I've now lost the GPS, I'll just run down. What crop do we actually want to put in here? What crop are we low on? We don't have an abundance of. We really need to sell some crop. Soybeans! There we go. I would like to do some sunflowers soon, actually, as well. I haven't done them for a while. Soybeans up in this field. Switch it on, drop it down. This can cultivate and do all that stuff as well, so no worries about doing that. And yes, I know the headlands are usually done after, but as I say, because I've lost GPS, I'll just do it now. So we are doing some sort of farming, per se. Especially with the edge all messed up around this field. What I need to do actually is blip on course play. Get it to cultivate it or plough it or something. Then I can actually tell where the field's edge is on that side. That bugs the snot out of me, the fact that it was all messed up. It really does. Actually, another thing that Sim said about that debrief video to take note of that I didn't know is I heard sort of people talking about air seats and going to be in the tractors and whatnot. He was saying the whole tractor physics, the way they move and everything, are going to be completely different. So now the way, if you look at the suspension on the tractors, it's completely incorrect. The way the game's set up, and it has been for years now, it thinks it's got it so each tractor effectively has independent suspension. You go over bumps no matter what machine you're in, even if the front axle is a modded tractor and it floats, you will see the wheels and the hubs going up and down like it was a normal road going car, if you like. From what Sim was saying, hopefully they've thrown that all away. It is a rigid part of the tractor, so the swinging axles will actually swing and will bend and do all that good stuff like agricultural vehicles tend to do, which is cool. That'd be nice to see. Maybe something they've looked at from MR. Like I've been saying, MR, the way the vehicles moved and handled on the tyres, they bounced, they had some sort of physical movement going on there that just felt way different to the actual stuff in the game. And it's all about immersion, right? That's why they're adding stuff that moves in the cab and animated light clusters, so when you switch your lights on and off, they actually light up. And possibly even like your warning lights, so you see the working lights coming on and the beacons and just all of that good stuff. Beacon will probably appear on that, wherever it is. Anyway, you'll be able to actually see that in the game, which is neat. It's something the game's needed for a while. And immersion's a huge part of the game, it really is. The feel of actually operating the machine. Seeing stuff move when you operate the accelerator, the brake. I doubt the joystick will be moving more than anything. So we'll probably get one more pass done here, and then we'll end up wrapping her up for today. And the combine's full, so we'll leave that be. At least I know what I was doing last time around. I was obviously harvesting. Then we'll record a good old Lone Oak video. Can't remember what we're doing over on Lone Oak actually. Whether we were waiting for crop to harvest or did I think we dealt with the cows. Yeah, we did. We sorted out the cows on Monday. And I think we've got a crop ready to harvest or fertilise. I think harvesting more than anything. We started to do. I'm probably gonna prospect looking at new fields. Probably jump on the second machine to start harvesting the other field. Yeah, I really cannot remember. I think I've got to be careful of Lone Oak. It can get very boring very quick because more than that big field does take a while to do. So it's something I've got to be careful of. That's why I kind of like the smaller fields or the medium-sized ones more than anything, where you can crack it out fairly quick. Maybe I really do need to look into how to get the two combines working simultaneously. Now and again, I've done it on the stream, but it takes forever to figure it out, and when it does, it can be issues. It's a right pain in the ass at times, especially on that field. Crawl up the hill here. What I'll actually do is probably knock off the video, just when I'm coming to line with the T-double and get the T-double lined up for a nice photo. For the old screenshot there. As I was talking about the multiplayer server, let me know you guys' thoughts on it. Because I've got the server there, it'd be a shame to waste it, but at the same time, do I really want to open that can of worms? I won't go back on what I say, I really don't like multiplayer, and you won't see me in there much. Maybe the old live stream, maybe, who knows. Yeah, we'll put on all the lights. There we go. So I'm going to bid you guys farewell. We'll knock this off so you can actually hear me. And I will be back tomorrow on Lone Oak, going back to the USA. I'll enjoy that one for sure. Till next time, hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys later. See ya.